Now at 6, the FBI returns to Pitcher for another search for the remains of the Welch, Oklahoma girls. Plus, we'll hear from the Ottawa County Sheriff on what exactly happened to help 4 inmates escape the jail this month. And MoDOT gets ahead of the winter season to prepare for snow. We'll tell you how.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The search for the missing Welch, Oklahoma girls continues nearly 23 years later. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. It's the latest development in the search for Ashley Freeman and Laura Bible, who disappeared in 1999. Acting on a tip, the FBI, OSBI, and 2 sheriff's departments are searching 2 sites in the Pitcher, Oklahoma area now where the 2 teens were last known to be alive. Investigators believe the 2 were kidnapped and murdered, but their bodies have never been found. Laura Bible's parents watched as investigators dug today. Even after all these years, the community is eager for answers.
Craig County is wonderful. I mean, there's nothing, and a lot of people that have followed this for 20 years, there's nothing they wouldn't do. I mean, when we put the Facebook page on about 12 o'clock to let people know what we were doing today, it's already got like 5,000, 6,000 hits in 2 hours, so.
Authorities have not yet said whether they've found anything of significance at the sites today. The Ottawa County, Oklahoma Sheriff today talked about the circumstances surrounding the escape of 4 inmates on October 4th. 1 inmate, Rusty Reese, was caught the same day. Authorities caught Buck Martindale October 5th and offered rewards for these other 2. October 7th, they caught Tyler Tavis and then Daniel Jazizak. KOAM's Kerry Worthen today spoke with the Ottawa County Sheriff about that case.
What happened, it wasn't the jail's fault, it was employees' fault.
Sheriff David Dean said contractors were working in one of the pod's rec yards. As the contractors went in and out, the jailer did not close the door behind him.
So these 4 inmates just followed him out. And once they got to that north door to get to the sally port, they bum rushed the jailers that was standing there, and they were gone.
Now, the sheriff did say this was not a jail issue, but a jailer who left the door open as the inmates escaped.
But right now, it has nothing to do with this jail. You know, that door locked. And everybody's like, well, why is the sally port door open? Well, the sally port door was open because they was welding and cutting metal in the sally port, so they needed that as ventilation. Is that an excuse? No, it shouldn't have been open.
Sheriff Dean said it's a staffing issue, but can't afford to hire more jailers.
124 inmates is our capacity. Each shift has 3 to 4 people on it. You divide that up. That's 1 inmate, 40 inmates per staff member. Every county jail around here is like that. Nobody has enough people. So it's just, and you can't keep an eye on them. I mean, we've got open pods where you've got 30 people in a pod. You can't keep an eye on everybody. It's something that I'm not very happy about. But no, this one could have been fixed. And we're making sure doors locked now.
In Miami, Kerry Worthen, KOAM News.
The sheriff says these are the only inmates who've escaped this year in Ottawa County. Oklahoma today executed a man who killed his 9-month-old daughter 20 years ago. Attorneys for Benjamin Cole did not dispute that he killed Breonna Cole in 2002, but they argued that Cole was severely mentally ill and that he had a growing lesion on his brain that had worsened in recent years. Cole delivered a sometimes rambling 2-minute prayer while strapped to the gurney before the lethal injection this morning. He was the 6th Oklahoma inmate to be executed since the state resumed carrying them out in October of 2021. Sam Lane joins us from Joplin's Third Thursday event with a first look at the weather.
It was another beautiful day across the 4 states with lots of sunshine, just a few clouds passing by right now and warmer temperatures. Didn't start out that way. We had a chilly morning, but radar is all clear right now, and that's going to be changing over the next few days as well. Of course, the big concern has been the fire danger with the drought situation and the winds and all the low humidities. Fire danger extends over into southeastern Missouri, over to the Ohio River Valley, also some areas down Then we're looking at some scattered showers and storms coming into our forecast as we go through the next few days, but the drought is still in effect. Extreme drought across most of the area, and then surrounded by extraordinary drought in sections of our region. But we're going to have a big dent put in that as we head towards the early part of next week. So let's take a look ahead. We've got a big warm up coming. We got a great weekend, and we have a stormy Monday in store for us, as well as the possibility of some heavy rains, which I think will be a great thing. And I know the farmers are really happy to hear about that. We'll have all the details on that coming up in the forecast in just a little bit.
All right, Sam Lane, thanks. MoDOT is already preparing for the possibility of severe winter weather this year. The department today held its winter weather drill. It consisted of crews being deployed to react to a simulated forecast of significant snow for the entire state. Officials say this drill is even more important this year because of staffing shortages.
And each truck's different. So, but we have, new computers, new software all the time. So we're training our people how to use the new computers, new software. Also, just general like front end loader training. Like we have a lot of new people. We have a lot of turnover. That's another point I'd like to make. Even though we're hiring more people, we can't staff to.
MoDOT says it spent more than $53 million on winter operations last year. Today is Project Warmth Day, and the city of Pittsburgh is organizing their fundraiser for those in need. This fundraiser is about serving meals that each cost $10. The money goes toward families to help with their utility bills as it gets colder. The local pastor says it's crucial to lend a helping hand, especially during these times when temperatures drop and utility bills climb higher.
It's a great way for a business manager or an owner to show appreciation to their staff and, buy lunch for their staff, and they can order that.
Project Warmth has provided help to the community for 35 years. Crowder College is hosting an open house for a brand new surgical technology program. It's a one-year certificate program and offers an associate degree. The program starts in August, ends in May. The purpose of today's open house was to showcase surgical student skills, new surgical labs, and classrooms.
In the healthcare field, surgical technologists and scrub techs, there's a high demand for them. And this is something that Crowder College will be able to service our immediate community and the outlying community as well, with meeting the healthcare needs that are necessary in our region.
15 students are currently enrolled in that program. Coming up, how an area organization is getting into the Halloween season by giving back. Plus, Special Olympics Kansas athletes earn some treats and walk on an area trail. As Halloween approaches, a Joplin organization is giving back to the community and helping families. Seroptimist International of Joplin works to improve the lives of women and girls in the community. Today, they visited the Ronald McDonald House of the Four States for their quarterly Seroptimist Gives Back program. They provided lunch and also got festive for the Halloween season by creating decorations for the house and filling Halloween bags for families.
We've helped with some of their, like the dishwasher. We purchased dishwasher. We've purchased breast pumps. We've supported nights of stay. Some of our members are actually volunteers here.
Seroptimist Gives Back is a program designed to be hands-on and help other nonprofits that serve women and girls. It also gives members a chance to learn about the organizations. Some Special Olympics Kansas athletes got a treat of a lesson on local trails today. Special Olympics Kansas hosted a Treat and Trails event for kids at the Watco Trail in Pittsburgh. The event provides a chance for athletes to learn the local trail systems and how athletes can use them to access community resources. Local businesses and organizations provided healthy treats for the athletes along the way.
It's important that we work with our athletes and let them know that they can access different resources, different businesses that are in an active way, not just through a car or just through other forms of transportation, but there's ways with bicycling and walking that they can access that as well.
Today's event was geared toward youth Special Olympic athletes. Next Tuesday, an event's going to be held for adult athletes. Sam Lane is next with a complete look at your forecast live at the final third Thursday of the year. And a little bit later, we're going to hear from Pitt State on this weekend's homecoming matchup against Missouri Western.
Thank you very much. It is a beautiful evening down here in downtown Joplin with the third Thursday, and I'm with Cassie Matarino. And Cassie, tell us who you're with.
So I'm with the University's Missouri School of Medicine and Extension Services, and today we have our mobile health unit, which we're doing free health screenings for diabetes, hypertension, and cholesterol. And we also have a research project that asks about COVID and the pandemic and what the community thinks about that.
And you have a little bit of an incentive for those people that need to get your COVID shot, right?
Yes, so we do have a COVID vaccine clinic along with flu going on inside City Hall through the Joplin Health Department, and we are giving $25 gift cards for anyone that gets a COVID vaccine today.
Wow, that's great. So not only can you come down and enjoy the food and the music and also the Zoom class that's going on, you can get a COVID vaccine and a $25 gift card, so you can't beat that. Of course, we are going to be starting flu season if we're not, I think we're already in it, and so you got to be thinking about that. But the weather's going to be great for this evening as well as through most of the weekend, so let's get right to the forecast. Right now, let's take a look outside, and you can see at Seneca, Missouri, we have very nice conditions down there as well with the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Cam. A beautiful night. It started off chilly this morning with lows in the 30s and 40s across our area. Not as cold as it has been, so we didn't set any records this morning, but it was a little bit chilly out there. But this afternoon, temperatures have warmed up nicely, generally into the 70s, and right now we're looking at temperatures still in the 70s for the most part everywhere. That 57 down in Grove is a little bit of an error, a little bit of a computer error there, but it's warm down there in Grove as well. The high today in Joplin was 75. We started out at a chilly 39. The normals are 69 and 47. The records are 89 and 24 degrees. And we're going to start adding to that rainfall total over the next few days. We'll get to that in the forecast. But right now, I wanted to show you this past week. We started out normal on Sunday. Then we had 3 days of below normal and then above normal this afternoon with that high of 75. Right now we're looking at, again, temperatures in the 70s, so a beautiful evening shaping up across the area. And, of course, we're much warmer tonight than we were last night. Generally, readings are about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than we were last time at this time of night. Dew points, they're still down there. Dew points are still in the 30s, but they're going to be increasing over the weekend with south winds, and that's going to help with the storms that are going to be developing on Monday and producing quite a bit of rainfall across our area. Beautiful night in Joplin. It's 72. It feels like 72, of course. Dew point's 33, and the humidity is low at 24%. So as the winds kick up over the weekend, we have to be worried about that fire danger across the area. Radar is clear tonight, going to remain so for at least the next 36 to 48 hours. And as we look at our forecast tonight, we're going to see lows in the 40s with southerly winds returning. Then for Friday afternoon, partly cloudy skies with highs in the lower 80s, mid 80s out towards the west. It'll be gusty out there. And then as we go into Saturday morning, we're going to see increasing moisture, so lows are going to be in the 40s and 50s, and actually some 60s thrown in as well. Then on Saturday afternoon, we're going to see highs generally in the lower 80s on breezy south winds, so please be aware of the fire danger out there and don't be doing any outdoor burning. Then as we go into Saturday night, Sunday morning, we're going to see lows generally in the 60s with increasing humidity and dew points ahead of that storm system that will be getting its act together over the weekend and then ejecting out into the plains on Monday. And when it does, we're going to see a possibility of some scattered severe storms with some heavy rain. We'll take the heavy rain. I wish we could do away with the severe weather, but we'll keep an eye on it for you at KOAM. The rain tracker forecast, we're looking at several inches of rain possible as we go into early next week. This is one computer model. It's forecasting maybe 2.5 inches of rain, which would be a tremendous blessing to everyone across the area, especially the farmers, as we have had a tremendous drought for so long. The next 7 days, we're looking at a beautiful weekend, a beautiful night tonight. Then the storms arrive on Monday with a 60% chance of storms. That continues into Tuesday. So we're going to have an alert day on Monday and Tuesday with those scattered strong storms. Then we get a little bit cooler as we go towards the middle part of the week, which is actually closer to normal. So get on down here and enjoy the third Thursday here in Joplin, downtown Joplin. This is the last one for this year until next March, when the third Thursdays will kick back up. We'll be back a little bit later with the rest of the forecast in just a bit.
It's great that we have such nice weather for this final event of third Thursdays for the year. Sam Lane, thanks. Jacob here now with Sports. Seneca softball looking to move on to the Final Four in the state tournament tonight.
Seneca on the field right now in the state quarterfinals. We're going to check in on that one. And the Pitt State redshirt freshman makes a big impact in his first season on the field for the Gorillas. That story when we come back. The Seneca Indians hit the field tonight in the Class 3 state softball quarterfinals. Seneca gets to play at home tonight, hosting the Fatima Comets. That's a tough one for the Indians, facing a Comets team that's 30-3 overall and enters the night on a 10-game winning streak. This one's still going. They're in the top of the fifth right now with Seneca trailing 9-0. Well, this weekend is homecoming weekend for the Pittsburg State Gorillas. Pitt State hosts Missouri Western on Saturday, looking to remain undefeated this season. Now, offensively, the Gorillas have gotten some big-time contributions from a lot of different guys so far. But wide receiver Colby Katzis kind of been a breakout player for Pittsburg State. He's second in the MIAA in kick return average. And the redshirt freshman has racked up 309 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns through the first 7 games.
I worked really hard in the summer to get into the position I'm at, and I didn't expect to have the biggest impact. I just wanted to have a role on the team, do my best in anything I could possibly do, and it really is. It's a true blessing, and all glory to God that what I'm doing right now is turning out how it is.
I think some guys are fast, and then some guys are really fast on the field. And Colby is fast on the field in the game and plays the game extremely fast. And, he's benefiting and we're benefiting from that.
At the high school level, the Colgan Panthers are one of the hottest teams in the area right now. The Panthers have won 5 straight games to get to 6-1 overall this season. And tonight, Colgan on the field for some Thursday night action, hosting a district matchup against Uniontown. That one will get started in about 30 minutes or so in Pittsburgh. I have highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. The Kansas City Chiefs hit the road this weekend for a Super Bowl 54 rematch with the San Francisco 49ers. The Chiefs are 4-2, the 49ers are 3-3. Kansas City's looking to rebound from a 24-20 home loss to the Bills, a game where Patrick Mahomes threw 2 picks, and Buffalo held Kansas City to its second lowest point total of the season.
When you have a top offense in the league, I mean, teams are going to study you in the offseason. They're going to see what you do because it goes around the league too. I mean, offenses steal from each other and run some of the same plays. And so you see that defenses have accounted for some of the stuff that we've done. So how are we going to combat that? How are we going to go out there and make plays that go off of it to get other guys open? And that's something that's a challenge every day, and we try to continue to do every week. We know that we're going to continue to evolve if we want to be a top offense in this league.
And that's it for sports. We're back after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. James Wary served in the U.S. Army from 2002 to 2005. His hometown, Pittsburgh, and we are proud to salute Specialist James Wary, a 4-state hero. The Parsons Historical Museum held a unique and fun fundraiser called A Night at the Museum. Now, with a limited budget each year, the Parsons Historical Museum needs to raise money aside from taking donations. So this year, they decided to go with the spirit of Halloween and do a unique fundraiser with a local psychic medium. Not only will she do readings of people at the event, but she'll also tell personal stories. The fundraiser event is happening on October 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., but has limited seating, so tickets must be purchased in advance. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have more on Crowder College's new surgical tech program. Plus, the CDC panel decides whether to add the COVID vaccine to the list of recommended vaccines for kids. And how some cities are transforming unused office spaces. Those stories, a lot more. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Don't forget, Third Thursday is underway right now in Joplin. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.